Big buzzkill today for Johnson & Johnson, falling 4% after the Justice Department revealed it was pursuing a criminal investigation into the company for possibly lying about the cancer risks associated with its talcum powder. The stock dragging down the rest of the healthcare space today, capping off an eventful week where Trump also pulled a key proposal aimed at eliminating rebates for drugs. Healthcare is still the worst performing sector this year, but could things get even worse for this group, Dan?
You know, it's funny. We were just talking about Facebook. We were just talking about FTC settlement, and it's kind of really hard to know when things are out of the way. I think Johnson & Johnson, a really good example, back in December when that stock was at an all-time high and flushed on when this news of this started happening. It's really kept a lid on this stock. This is a $350 billion market cap company, and I think it's really important to remember that stocks do have single stock risk. You know, right now, I think we are pretty complacent thinking about the S&P going to all-time highs. But, Tim, you flagged it last night with some of these pharma names. You had Lilly at a level, I think you said 110, it was 105 this morning on the opening. You know, so some of these groups that don't have a lot of support right now are underperforming the market. I think there's risk to them.
Well, when Johnson & Johnson had that flush, again, it was also another one of those surprises that the market wasn't expecting. This was a period when actually markets didn't need another stalwart and certainly a backstop stock to fall out of bed. I do think this about Johnson & Johnson, relative to its peers and relative to the multiple that they get on their pharma business, effectively. I think it trades quite cheap, and I think they have more growth than their peers. I think when you look at the diversification of this conglomerate, there's other places for these guys to mitigate this. Ultimately, I think you have an opportunity here. You don't have it today. It's clear that there's still a lot of regulatory risk, but this company is, again, one of the best of breed, and I don't think you run terribly far.
There's very few things that are bipartisan today in Congress and in D.C. Bipartisan is the hate for health care and anything about it. So you intro the segment with it's underperformed. Where do you go? Biotech has underperformed. HMOs have underperformed. The rebate chase. All these names have underperformed. I think you stay away from it.
July 16th, which I believe is Monday, or is it Tuesday? That's when Johnson & Johnson reports. And Dan is looking at a chart because I have eagle eyes. I was very good at looking over my partner's shoulder in the high school to get answers. And that 148 level that Dan's looking at was a high back in January of 18, December of 2019, major double tops. They report this stock probably has that 124 level, which had bottomed out June of this year, right in the crosshairs.